Welcome, mindful performers. CecilBuck here today to share some thoughts on the most recent week-long Dr. Joe Advanced workshop that I attended from March 4th through March 10th. I was selected as a team leader for Dr. Joe Dispenza's week-long advanced workshop in Bonn, Germany, and it was an honor to be a part of 1,370 people moving through transformation through what some people call meditation boot camp. We go to beautiful locations all over the world and have the opportunity to learn about how our brains can be rewired through meditation. So Dr. Joe talks about the neuroscience of the brain, along with epigenetics and all sorts of things around how we're able to impact the health of our body by changing the environment that's closest to our cells and our genes, where they exist, and that's our body, that's us, that's our frequency. And he also talks about the quantum physics and how quantum theory works and how we may observe reality into existence through meditation. So along with the lecture on that, you also meditate 3 times a day, sometimes more, to learn all different types of skills. So it was an amazing event, and I wanted to just take a moment to, first off, thank my amazing team from Bonn, Germany. I had 56 individuals that came from all walks of life, all areas of Europe and the US, and it was just such a heartwarming experience to be a part of the team in Bonn. Every team is amazing, don't get me wrong, but I wanted to thank the team from Bonn because it's most recent on my mind, and I truly appreciate their support and their love and the laughs that we had as we moved through the week, because the transformations that you witness in yourself and in others during a week-long event are significant. There are significant changes that occur when we start believing that we have some sort of impact on our reality and on how we live our life. And one of the takeaways that I wanted to share with you from the event in Bonn, Germany, we always have a debrief with Dr. Joe as team leaders and staff at the end of the event. And just like in the event where he says, now look back at that meditation and what would you do differently, and what did you do well, right? What was your takeaway, and what would you do differently the next time if given an opportunity to do better? And so we do that at the end of the event. We go around and we talk about our takeaways, what we've learned, and what we would do better at the next event if we're selected as a team leader. And one of the things that came to me as I went through this event is, as I find my style as a team leader, and as I get used to the schedule that goes with an event of this magnitude, and trust in my abilities to manage a schedule and to lead with love and compassion, and to answer questions in a way that will be helpful to the teammates, it allows me to connect more deeply with each individual, each one of you that are on my team, and I think most of the team leaders would say the same. The deeper I'm able to connect, the more I can let go of the logistics part when it's down and when it's working, and the more I can focus on love, and the deeper I'm able to love the person in front of me in that moment, in that present moment, the deeper the transformation for myself and the deeper the transformation for that person. At least that's what I witnessed. That's what I experienced during this workshop. It was one of the first times where, as a team leader, I wasn't stressed too much about logistics, because this was my 5th event, and I understand how all the logistics work. I'm not worried about, when do we do this, and when is this happening, and when is this occurring. I feel confident in that schedule. So it really allowed me to focus in on just being present with every single person. And the takeaway was, the deeper you love, the deeper the transformation. And I think this spills over into all areas of our life, not just during a week-long event where we're there just to transform, where we have no other distractions, or hopefully have no other distractions, and we're able to just meditate and really marinate in what we are learning around neuroscience and quantum physics, and how we're able to heal, and how we're able to change the body that we're living in through our frequency, through our work, through the meditation, through changing our vibration. And even though that makes it very easy to transform and to be focused on that, and to love the person in front of you, and to really connect with the teammates around you and the whole community that's there, when we come back into our lives, it occurred to me that the more present and deeper we can love the person that's right in front of us. Unconditional love, not, oh, I love them if they do this, or I love them because they do this, or because I live here, or because we're in a relationship, or whatever. No, I'm talking about truly striving to find that present moment with the person in front of you, or people in front of you, and open your heart, focus in on your heart, and just see them, see you in them, see the divine in that person, the same as you strive to see the divine in yourself. And that has an effect that you see. It's not just words that I'm speaking here, because we hear these things and we learn these things. We think, oh yeah, that'd be great. But the more present you can get, and the more closely you can align with loving that person in front of you with no attachments, no agenda, the more you can clear that and can really go from your heart and above to connect with that person, the deeper you understand them and the deeper you understand yourselves. And that gives them and you some sort of power, some sort of opening to trust in what's unfolding, whatever that may be. I mean, this vlog would be way too long if I went through everything on my mind when it comes to that. But this can be friends, acquaintances, somebody at the store that's taking your order. This can be anyone in your life. And remembering that love is that underlying frequency of the universe that we should be tapping into, and that we should be embracing with every moment that we remember to embrace it. It has this power. And I truly spent time and energy focusing in on how I would lead with, be a balanced leader with love and support, and just supporting the team. And it came back in spades. And then the love came back in spades. And not only that, but the interactions I had with other people that I really had just met were so deep and connecting. And there was just this wonderful exchange of information and understanding, whatever the context was. Does that make sense? So it wasn't as if I'm sitting there and all of a sudden I understand everything that they do in their life. It was as if what was said, there was so much truth and honesty to our conversation because we were both in that space. It was transformative. I don't know how many ways I can say transformation, but that was one of the big takeaways for me at this event was to love deeply and to connect deeply, and to shirk any agenda that may be in the back of your mind from past patterns or past experience or something we've learned as, before we could consciously think about it, and really make an effort to shed those from your energy, from your awareness, and just be present with the person. And then I thought about going back into life, and what does that mean? What do I get a lot of questions after the events, and in fact, next week my video will be a compilation of some of the questions I've got from the last 3 events that I've done, because I've done them pretty close together. December, February, and March were 3 events that I did over the last 4 months. So I have a lot of questions that come in, and there's always the questions about how do we reintegrate to our lives? How do we carry this into our lives? How much of our environment can we change if we aren't feeling love? If we're struggling? If if the environment is hooking us emotionally? Now, there's a few schools of thought. Maybe there's not, but I'm going to say there's a few schools of thought when it comes to this. My thought is you want to reach a point in yourself where you're at peace with your surroundings, with everything. And you want to love the people in your life to the best of your ability as you move through any change, as you make shifts, as you try or regulate your state, not try, do, as you regulate your state and not react emotionally, so that you can change the world that you perceive, so you can create a world that provides you with contentment and joy and support and love. Now, it's not always that easy. Sometimes we come back into our life and we're in either a work environment or a friendship or even a relationship where, okay, we've gotten peace, but all right, I'm supposed to love this person. I'm supposed to tap into love. Well, one of the things that I've realized is that we can love from afar. We can love from a distance if necessary. Now, that's not where I think we should start, but I think a lot of times we have a scenario in our lives, whether it's work or purpose or friendships or relationship or food or whatever it is, where we're thinking, well, I have to love this. I love my friend. I want to be with my friend. I want to be able to keep doing the things that we do. And yet that friend might be the person that pokes your buttons and causes you to react emotionally. And a lot of the time you spend thinking about the disappointment or the grief or the feeling like a victim because of how this person treats you. And that could be a friend, relationship, whatever. And as I've moved through friendships and as I've moved through different changes in my life, I've realized that truly loving that person doesn't always mean interacting with them on a regular basis or staying friends with them just because you're friends or seeing a family member because they're your family member. That's not what it means. What it means is truly getting to a space in your mind and in your heart where you want the best for them, that you love them enough that you want the best for them. And you want them to see that in others. And you realize that interacting with them may not be the way to reach that point in their lives where they can explore that understanding of relationships. So that was something I wanted to cover because I got a lot of questions on it when I came back from the events. And I, of course, have moved through my own changes over the last 6 years as I've gone through this work. And I've come to the realization that it's okay to love unconditionally. And loving unconditionally does not mean that you're staying in an abusive relationship or a friendship that makes you feel like crap. That is not what it means. It means truly wanting the best for that person, whatever that means, whatever happens with that relationship. It's okay if it changes. I've had friends fall away. I've had friends that don't want to talk to me anymore as I've moved into a more spiritual path. And some of the times I know why, and some of the times I don't know why, and I'm okay because I'm connected to my higher self and to the divine, and understand that that I don't have to force anything. I don't have to force a relationship. I don't have to have conflict. I don't need any of that. I can create harmony and support and acceptance and love and compassion. And I could go on with the descriptive words, but I can create that in every relationship in my life. And why wouldn't I? Why wouldn't you create that in every relationship in your life? So that was the topic for today. The time went fast. I hope this was useful. Like and share the page if you find this content entertaining or informational. I've changed my page from Quantum Life Coaching to CecilBuck, and that's because I plan to do more speaking, more trainings, more group coaching, and that could, of course, be any number of venues or ways of communicating. So enjoy. Thank you for watching, and I will talk to you again soon.